C major scale tone chords, 6-string roots, following the scale on the 6th string, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. This is the 8th fret C, or by letter C, D, E, F, or F, G, A, B, C. This will involve the chords major with the 2nd finger here, minor, and diminished. And these are frets 7 on the 6th string, fret 9 on the 4th string, fret 7 on the 3rd string, and fret 6 on the 2nd string. That's diminished. Here are the chord names and chords by letter: C major, D minor, E minor, F major, or F major, G major, A minor, E diminished, C major. Here they are by number: 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, or 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, and 1 major. C major scale tone triads, 5th string roots, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, by number on the 5th string: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. This will involve 3 chord fingerings: major, here I'm barring strings 4, 3, 2, minor, and diminished. These are frets 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 3rd fret, 3rd string, 4th fret, and 2nd string, 3rd fret. Diminished. That one's B diminished. So here are the chord names: C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C, or the last 2 could be B diminished and C here. By number, they are 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, 1 major, or 7 diminished, 1 major here. C major scale tone chords with roots in perfect fourths. That order is 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. This will involve 5 chord fingerings. This one diminished chord, 6th string, 7th fret, 4th string, 9th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, and 2nd string, 6th fret. 2 minor chords, 5th string root, and 6th string root, and 2 major chords, 5th string root, and 6th string root. This set has the 1 chord, when we get to it, with a 5th string root. And they are 7 diminished, 3 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor, 5 major, 1 major, and 4 major. By letter name: B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, F major. C major scale tone chords in perfect fourths, roots moving in perfect fourths, with C on a 6th string root. C major, the 1 chord, 6th string root. The order for perfect fourths is 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. In letters in C, that's B, E, A, D, G, C, F. This will involve 5 chord fingerings, 7 diminished, this B diminished, and this is frets 14, 15, 16, and 15, or down here 2, 3, 4, and 3, 2, 3, 4, 3. 3, 6-string minor chord, 6-string root, 5th-string root minor chord, 6-string root major chord, and 5th-string root major chord. So in C, using all these, it's 7 diminished, 3 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor, 5 major, 1 major, 4 major, or in letter names, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, F. Major scale tone triads with roots moving in perfect fourths. That's 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. With the 1 chord C root on the 3rd string. This will involve 5 chord fingerings, 7 diminished, these are frets, 4th string, 9th fret, 3rd string, 10th fret, and 1st string, 10th fret. Minor with 3rd string root, minor with a 4th string root, major with a 4th string root, and major with a 3rd string root. So this is 7 diminished, 3 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor, 5 major, 1 major, and 4 major, or by letter name, B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, and F major. C major scale tone, close-voiced root position triads, 3 notes for each chord. The scale here will track on the 4th string. In C, this is 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. This will involve 3 chord fingerings, major, minor, and diminished. Those are frets 9, 7, and 5. By number, this is 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, or 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, and 1 minor. By letter, they are C major, D minor, E minor, F, or F, G, A minor, B diminished, C. Close-voiced C major scale tone triads in stepwise order, C major, D minor, E minor, etc. With the 3rd in the bass, this is called first inversion. And here's the C chord with the root on the 2nd string, and all these will have the root in the 2nd string, C major, D minor, E minor, etc. And we'll use 3 different chord fingerings, major, root in the 2nd string, and this in the key of the chord is the 3rd, and the 5th, and the root. Minor, root on the 2nd string, and in the key of the chord, for this D minor chord in the key of D major, this is flat 3, 5, and 1. And diminished in the key of B major, this is the root, this is the flatted 3rd, and this is the flatted 5th, making B diminished. So the chords track on the 2nd string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And by number, these are 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, and 1 major. By letter name, it's C major, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, C major scale tone triads, close voiced, meaning the notes are as close together as possible, on strings 4, 3, 2, and this is second inversion with the fifth in the bass. The root is on the third string. Here's a C major on strings 4, 3, 2. That's the root, C. This is the fifth, G, and this is the third, fifth, root, third. This will involve 3 chord fingerings: major, minor, that's an A minor shape, and diminished. And the key of the chord, this is 5, 1, 3, in the key of C. In the key of the chord D for this D minor, this is the fifth, root, and flat third. And in the key of the chord for this B diminished, it's flat fifth, root, and flat third. And here are the chords by number: 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, 1 major. And here are the chords by letter: C major, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, C major. C major scale tone triads with open voicing on strings 5, 4, 2. Open voicing spreads the intervals, whereas this is C major, close voicing, with root in the bass, or fifth in the bass, or third in the bass. Where the notes are as close together as possible. 1, 3, 5, 5, 1, 3, 3, 5, 1, those numbered tones in the key of the chord. This is open voicing. If you thought of the notes by number in a circle, clockwise 1, 3, 5 is major, like this. Or starting on 5, 5, 1, 3 in the same circle is major close voiced, 1, 3, 5, 5, 1, 3, or 3, 5, 1. If you think of that circle with 1, 3, sorry, it should be going this direction for you, 1, 3, and 5. If you think of that instead of the clockwise order, if you think of it in counterclockwise order, it becomes 1, 5, 3, or 3, 1, 5, or 5, 3, 1. Those are the open voicings. This first one is with the root in the bass, so they're all in the key of the chord. They're the root, the fifth, and the third. And this will involve 3 fingerings, where they're all on strings 5, 4, and 2. And in each case, it's root, fifth, and third, but there might be a flat third or a flat fifth. Here's the major, which is root, fifth, and third. Here's the minor, which is root, fifth, and flat third. And here's the diminished, which is root, flat fifth, and flat third. The whole scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, following the C scale on the fifth string. The whole scale is 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, or 7 diminished, and 1 major, or 1 major. So again, 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, 1 major, or the last two could be 7 diminished and 1 major here. By letter name, that's C major, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, and C major, or B diminished and C major. C major scale tone triads with open voicing, this time roots on the third string. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6, 7, 1. And this will have the third and the bass. This is the third, the root, and the fifth. And all of these are on strings 5, 3, and 2. On the fifth string, it's the third of the chord. For this major, that's 3. The third string is the root. That's 1 in the key of C. This chord is a C chord, C major chord. Third, root, and fifth here in the key of C on the second string. This will involve 3 fingerings. That one and a minor one. This is in the key of D. This is D minor. Flat 3, 1, and 5. And a diminished one. This is in the key of B, that's the root, 1, and this is flat 3, 1, and flat 5, a diminished triad. The scale will track on the third string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, like I showed earlier. And here are the chords by number: 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, and 7 diminished, and 1 major, way up here. Or you could drop the last 3 down an octave like this. 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 minor, 5 major, I said minor, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, and 1 major. By letter name, that's C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C major, or dropping the last 3 down an octave, down 12 frets. 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, and 1 major. C major scale tone triads, open voiced, the notes are spread, with the fifth and the bass. This will track the scale on the first string, so C major scale would be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and with the fifth and the bass here. In the key of C, this is fifth, third, and root, or 1. And in the key of D, for this D minor, this is fifth, flat third, and root. And for the key of B, for this B diminished chord, this is flat fifth, flat third, and root. The scale again will track on the first string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And here are the chords with numbered names first. 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, or 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished. And I'm plucking strings 5, 3, and 1, not the second string. 7 diminished and 1 major. By letter name, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, or F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C major. C major scale tone triads with roots ascending in perfect fourths. That's the order 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. And these are close-voiced. And in each case, if you figured out the numbered tones in C major that involve each chord moving to the next, the third and the fifth of the current chord move up a scale step each to become the next chord. So B diminished, for instance, here in the key of C is scale tones 4, 7, and 2. And this gives the root of this 7 chord, B diminished is a 7 chord, that note does not change. The other 2 notes go up a step, so this note, the 4 of the key of C, goes up to 5. And this note, the 2 of the key of C, goes up to 3. So these 2 notes, 4 and 2 of the key of C, respectively, are going up a scale step in the C major scale, while the root of the current chord doesn't change. Then you just do the same thing on the next chord. This E minor chord root is here. That doesn't change. But the other 2 notes, the 5 of the key of C, and this is 7 of the key of C, each of those go up a step. 5 goes up to 6, and 7 goes up to 1. So those 2 notes go up here, while the root of that chord stays the same. And this just goes over and over through the whole scale, and that's what this voice leading is. Here are the chords by number: 7 diminished, 3 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor or 2 minor, 5 major, 1 major, 4 major. By number, it's, by letter rather, it's B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, or D minor, G major, C major, F major. C major scale tone, triads, close voiced, roots ascending, and perfect fourths. 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. In C, that's 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. Close voice means the notes are as close together as possible. This is 1, 3, 5, for example, the 1 chord. And by putting the third of it up an octave, it's the same numbers, but 1, 5, 3, the notes are now spread. This involves the chords B diminished at the 6th position, frets 7, 6, 7, E minor 7th position, frets 9, 8, 7, A minor 8th position, frets 9, 10, 8, D minor 10th position, frets 10, 10, 10, G at the 10th position, frets 12, 12, 10, C at the 12th position, frets 12, 13, 12, F at the 13th position, frets 14, 13, 13, or down an octave here, 2, 1, 1. By numbered name, these chords are 7 diminished in C major, 3 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor, 5 major, 1 major, and 4 major. By lettered name, they're B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, and F major. C major scale tone chords, close voiced on strings 3, 2, 1, with the root of the C chord on the first string as part of this set. And close voiced means the notes are as close together as possible, like this B diminished chord, as opposed to open voiced like this, where the notes are more spread. And there's possible notes in between them you could use as other options for that chord, like this B diminished chord has an optional B note here, like this. But this and another B diminished chord tone here, the arpeggio having all of these notes. And I'm choosing these that are spread, that are not every note the closest one to the next, which would be close voicing. These are open voicing. But we're doing close voicing, and we have 7 unique chords. B diminished, that's frets 4, 3, 1. E minor, that's frets 4, 5, 3. A minor, that's barring the 5th fret. D minor, that's frets 7, 6, 5. G major, that's a D major form from open position. C major, that's in the top of a C major bar chord in the E form. F major, and that's the top of an A form F major chord. And the voice leading on these will take the notes other than the root and move them up a scale step. In the key of C, this is 7, 2, 4, and the root of this B diminished chord, which is 7 in the key of C, will not change. But the other two notes will go up in tandem, one scale step. So 7, 2, 4, this 2 goes up to 3, and this 4 goes up to 5. So these two notes move up, and this one stays the same. Then you analyze this chord as to where its root is. This is the root, and the other two notes are going to each go up a scale tone in the C major scale. So this 7, 3, 5 becomes 1, 3, 6, with these two notes moving up and this note staying the same. And this theory of voice leading follows through all the chords. Here are the chords by numbered name: 7 diminished, 3 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor, 5 major, 1 major, 4 major, and by lettered name: B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, F major. C major scale tone triads, roots ascending in fourths, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. And these are open voiced. The notes are spread rather than close together. This is B diminished, close voiced. The notes as close together as possible with the root and the bass. And this is open voiced. Root fifth, root flat fifth, flat third. Rather than these close together, root, flat third, flat fifth. Let's use 7 unique chords. And this is B diminished at the ninth position. Those are frets 9, 10, 10. E minor at the 9th position. These are frets 9, 12, 12. A minor at the 10th position. These are frets 10, 10, 12. D minor at the 10th position. These are frets 10, 10, 13. Sorry, 12, 10, 13. G at the 12th position. This is frets 12, 12, and 15. C at the 13th position, frets 14, 13, 15. And that could also be down 12 frets at frets 2, 1, and 3. And this at the 3rd position, frets 3, 5, and 5. So those chords by numbered name are 7 diminished, 3 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor, 5 major, 1 major, or 1 major, and 4 major. By letter name, they are B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, or C major, and F major. C major scale tone triads with roots moving in perfect fourths, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. In this case, the root of the 1 chord will be on the 4th string, and these are open voiced. C, close voiced would be 1, 3, 5 with the root and the bass, and open voice is 1, 5, 3. There will be 7 unique chords. This is B diminished, and that's frets 8, 7, 7. E minor, this is frets 10, 9, 7. A minor, this is frets 7, 9, 8. D minor, this is frets 12, 10, 10. G major, this is frets 9, 8, 10. C major, this is frets 10, 12, 12. And F major, this is frets 10, 10, 13. By letter name, by numbered name, I should denumber it first. These are 7 diminished, 3 minor, 6 minor, 2 minor, 5 major, 1 major, and 4 major. By lettered name, it's B diminished, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, and F major. C major scale tone chords with roots in perfect fourths, that's 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. In open voicing, close voicing would be 1, 3, 5, 4, 1 chord. And open voicing would be 1, 5, 3, with the notes more spread. Here are the 7 unique chords for this. B diminished, frets 12, 12, 13. E minor, frets 14, 12, 15. A minor, frets 14, 17, 17, or frets 2, 5, 5. D minor, frets 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5. G major, frets 5, 7, 7. C major, frets 10, 9, 8. F major, frets 7, 10, 8. By numbered name, these chords are 7 diminished, 3 minor, 6 minor, or 6 minor, 3 minor, 5 major, 1 major, and 4 major. By lettered name, they are B diminished, E minor, A minor, or A minor, D minor, G major, C major, and F major. C major scale tone triads with roots moving in thirds. That's 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6. A cycle. And the voice leading for this is the root of each chord, like this 1 major, which has numbers 1, 3, 5 tones of the C major scale. The root of each chord, 1 in this case, moves down 1 scale step. So 1, 3, 5 of the C major scale becomes 7, 3, 5. And that moves the root from the 1 to the 3. Then you reanalyze that chord. That's an E minor, which in the key of C uses number tones 7, 3, and 5. And you descend the root of that. That's an E minor chord, so this is the root. You descend that 1 scale tone here, and E minor goes to G major, the chord up a third. And each step of the scale will follow this same voice leading, giving you this. 1 major, that's frets 10, 9, 8. 3 minor, that's frets 9, 9, 8. 5 major, that's frets 9, 7, 8. 7 diminished, that's frets 9, 7, 6. 2 minor, that's frets 7, 7, 6. 4 major, that's frets 7, 5, 6. 6 minor, that's frets 7, 5, 5. So the whole set goes. And could cycle back to C, which will be in the next set, which start the next set. C major scale tone triads, roots ascending in thirds. That's 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 1, etc. And in this set, they are close voiced, and the root of the 1 chord is on the 3rd string. So the 1 chord is 5, 1, 3 right here. And the voice leading is the root will descend 1 scale step of the C major scale. This is 5, 1, 3, that's the 1, and that 1 will descend to 7. So 5, 1, 3 becomes 5, 7, 3. Now that makes the chord up a third. C major just went to E minor. Now you evaluate which one of those is the root. That's the E here. And you descend that note 1 scale step in the C scale. So 5, 7, 3 of the C scale becomes 5, 7, 2 of the C scale. And that makes a G chord up a third from the E, E, F, G. And in turn, each step of the scale will follow that same voice leading, and you'll get this. C major, these are all on the 5th fret. 1, I should go by number first. 1 major, 3 minor, and that's frets 5, 4, 5. 5 major, that's frets 5, 4, 3. 7 diminished, that's frets 3, 4, 3. 2 minor, that's frets 3, 2, 3. 4 major, that's frets 4, 3, 2, or up an octave, 4, 3, 2. And then 4 major goes to 6 minor. Again, those are 1 major, 3 minor, 5 major, 7 diminished, 2 minor, 4 major, 6 minor. And by letter name, those are C major, E minor, G major, B diminished, D minor, F major, A minor. C major scale tone triads with roots ascending in thirds. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6. In this case, the root of the 1 chord, C, is going to be on the 2nd string. And the voice leading is that for each chord, the root of the chord will descend 1 scale tone in the key of C. So this is 3, 5, 1 in the key of C, and the 1 is going to descend to 7. 3, 5, 1, change to 3, 5, 7, then you have an E minor chord. C went up to E, up a third, C, D, E, a third. Then evaluate that E minor as to where its root is, and that's here. In C major, these tones are 3, 5, 7. We need to descend the root. That's this 3. So that 3 descends to 2, and then you get 2, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7 becomes 2, 5, 7. Now you have a G major chord up a third from the E minor. And in turn, that would progress through the whole scale. And the chords by numbered name in this series are 1 major on frets 14, 12, 13. 3 minor, frets 14, 12, 12. 5 major, frets 12, 12, 12. 7 diminished, frets 12, 10, 12. 2 minor, frets 10, 12, 10, 10. 4 major, frets 10, 10, 10. And 6 minor, frets 10, 10, 9, 10. By numbered name, these chords are 1 major, 3 minor, 5 major, 7 diminished, 2 minor, 4 major, 6 minor. And by lettered name, they are C major, E minor, G major, B diminished, D minor, F major, B minor. And these could progress back or onto the next set by descending the root of this A minor chord. You get this C, then you can play the other set covered separately, starting with this. And ultimately you could play this whole set of all three of these groups on strings 4 through 2, close voiced, as one continuous cycle of 21 chords. C major scale tone chords, root ascending in thirds, roots ascending in thirds, 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, and with open voicings. This is C major with open voice with the notes spread, 1, 5, 3, opposed to close voiced, 1, 3, 5, with the notes close together. These are spread, 1, 5, 3. And I'm starting here. Open voice C with the root on the 4th string, and this will go through 7 chords and then begin another series beginning with the root C, 1 on the 1st string, series of 7 chords, and then the next set will have 1 on the 4th string, and these 3 sets of 7 will continue the same voice leading all the way through, from one set to the next, all the way through. You'll move the root of each chord down 1 scale step. Here's C major, and I'm descending the root C here, 1 scale step in the C scale, and that progresses me to E minor. The 1 chord C major becomes the 3 chord E minor. Then evaluate where the root of that is. It's here. And descend that E 1 scale step. Now I have the next chord up a third, E, F, G, up a third. Now this is a G major. Evaluate where the root of that is. G major goes to, by descending the root 1, descending to down the scale step. In the C scale, this is 3, 5, and 2, and we're descending the root of that chord. It's a G chord. The root in the key of C is a 5, and we're descending that to a 4. Now we have the chord of a third, B diminished. Evaluate where the root is, right here, and which number tone of the C scale that is. That's 7, and take it down a step. Now that's progressed B minor, B diminished to D minor. Now we have D minor. Evaluate where the root is. It's on the 1st string here. In the C scale, that's a 2. And descend that 1 scale step to a 1. And now D minor has progressed up to F major. That's an F major chord. Where's the F? Here's the F. Descend it 1 scale step in the C scale. The F, the 4 of C goes to the 3 of C. And now the F chords change to A minor. Evaluate where the root is, and descend that a scale step. I'm going to take that to here and retain these 2 notes. So this A minor with the root descended here becomes C major. Now I'm starting the next set of 7. Descend the root. Here's the C. Descend it 1 scale tone, 1 to 7, and I'll finger that differently. Same notes. And then evaluate where the root is. That's here. Descend it 1 scale step in C. That's a 3. Take it down to a 2. And this, the E minor becomes this, the G major. Evaluate where the root is. Here here, descend it down one scale step from 5 of the C major scale to 4, and G major becomes the chord up a third, B diminished. Evaluate where the root is. Here's the root, B, the 7th step of the C scale, take that down a scale step, 7 to 6, and this B diminished becomes D minor. Evaluate where the root is. That's the root, the 2nd step of the C scale for this D minor. Descend that down a scale tone to here, and you have F major. Evaluate where the root is. Here's the root F. Descend that down one scale step. That was 4C. Take it down to 3. Now the chord F is changed to A minor. And in turn, find the root of the A minor. Here, the A note. That's 6 of the C scale. Change it to 5. Now you have a C chord and you're beginning the next set. Now the root of the C is on the 4th string. And descend it one scale tone. That takes you up to E minor. Evaluate where the root is. Take it down the scale tone to here. And E minor changes to G major. Evaluate where that root is. It's on the 2nd string. That's scale tone 5 of the C scale. Take it to 4, which would be here. And you have B diminished. The root now is on the 4th string, and it's scale tone 7 of the C scale. We want to take it down to this note. And I'll refinger that by moving this note. I'm stressing to reach it a little bit. And move that note over here, the same note on the 5th string up 5 frets. That's my D minor now. B diminished, went to D minor or D minor. Then the root of the D minor is here. I need to descend it. And that's a big span, so I'll refinger that. The same notes. This, and that's an F chord. So descend the root, a scale step in the C scale. That's a 4 in the C scale. Take it down a scale step to a 3, and I'll refinger that rather than like this. I'll use these fingers, and then finally descend the root of that A minor you just achieved down from 6 of the C scale to 5, and then you get a C, and that restarts the cycle, but it's down an octave, and then with the range of the guitar, you'd run out of range. So instead of playing that last one, A minor to C here, play these notes, C, G, E, which are the tones 1, 5, and 3 of the key of C, but up an octave. And that's back where we started. And just do the whole cycle again.